Welcome to DS Trucks. Let's just talk about trucks for a minute, guys. So I still got Old Green here, and I had it listed for sale. Have people finally starting to want to see the truck? But it's like every time somebody wants to actually physically come see the truck, I always kind of back out of the deal. I don't know what it is. I've been going back and forth on selling this truck, and the only reason I want to sell it is just because of space. It is irritating to move a vehicle all the time, and I don't have that much space. But I actually put this at a family member's house, and it helped out a lot. But they're close by, so I can just grab it whenever I need it. I don't know how long they'll be cool with that, but as of right now, it's been working out good. It's like less than a mile away. I ride my bike over there, pick it up, no problem. But one thing that really got me thinking, that really got the wheels turning in my head, is the idea that this truck is still doing mulching and things like that. It can hold about 2.5 yards of mulch in an 8 foot bed, and it just gets things done. But the beauty of it is it's an old used truck, and I don't have to worry that it's gonna get really dinged up or scratched up. Or, I was thinking if I sell this truck and then I can just go get a new one, I could do a lease. I mean, selling it's not gonna put me into like a brand new purchase of a new truck, but it can get me pretty well into a lease of a a nice 5.0, 8 foot bed, regular cab. Well, the issue is I'm still gonna have to pay the full coverage. I'm still gonna have to pay whatever. I don't even know. It's gonna be tons of things. But whereas this is paid off, and there's a little bit of risk that it might break down at some point, but the vehicle's paid off, and I can just hand it off to the guys, and I know it's a safe enough vehicle. No, it's not as safe as a new truck, but it's safe enough to where I'm not going to, worry about brake line failures or things like that. And I can address some of those things. I know all the brake lines are pretty solid, but yeah, some of the rubber hoses are getting kind of up there in the age. So it might be a good idea to, go ahead and address some of those issues. But starting it up today, it ran good. It just ran like glass, like it idles good, but it gets a little rough once it gets warmed up. So it just probably just needs a tune up. Every once in a while, you can hear a little chain rattle, and a lot of people have commented and said, with these trucks, that you should probably go ahead and do the entire timing chain, but it might hold up for the life of the vehicle for all I know. So I might just keep running it as it is. Any brake work or things like that I might address, but I don't know. It's just hard to sell, man, just because I can hand it off and get things done without me physically being there. So that is the the job for today for this truck: 2.5 yards of mulch, a little bush trimming, you know, and it works out good. Now, if you follow the channel, you know that I just went and got a new dump trailer, and I was thinking like, man, I don't even have right now at the moment a guy that can really run a dump trailer anyway. The whole thing was I'll get the dump trailer, and then I'll just get rid of Old Green to help pay for the dump trailer, whatever. But guys, I went ahead and got the dump trailer, and I don't necessarily need to get rid of this old truck in order to keep the dump trailer. So really, I might as well just keep the truck at this point. It's always going to be a $4,000 truck. It's pretty much it's pretty much devalued all the way down. There's nothing worse. I mean, aside from it getting into an accident, at least I could just kind of dust off my hands and walk away if it got into an accident. For the most part, I mean, as long as nobody got hurt, I wouldn't be out of, it wouldn't be as big a deal if someone crashed a new truck. I don't want to hand off this truck to a guy who's going to be speeding in it, driving too fast. But guys, I finally got around to towing the dump trailer with this F-150 with the 3.5. I haven't done Donna's truck yet with the 2.7, but that's coming up. But I really was just energized, re-energized about the F-150. Like, I've been thinking, I want a diesel, I want a diesel, I want a diesel. But man, the 3.5 EcoBoost has all the power you'll ever need for towing. The only issue is the chassis isn't going to take you up into the, you know, 14,000 pound towing rating like they say it can tow. Yes, it can tow it. It has the power to tow it. I guarantee you that. But all the weight distribution rules, it gets a little complicated. It is what it is. But the power is there. So I can definitely tow the dump trailer with this truck, and I can definitely do some things with it, but I can't use the full capacity of the dump trailer. I could probably just do, you know, a little mulch and a little bit of brush, but nothing crazy. I can't haul stones. But this this was pretty. I was just overall overwhelmed with this truck, and it really got me thinking. Like, man, these F-150s are really impressive. Now Donna's truck, I haven't got around to it, but she's got the shorter wheelbase, which is gonna be not as capable and probably not gonna feel as good. She doesn't have the big max towing package that the F-150 that I drive has. But it's really interesting because, looking at these F-150s, there are some of those freak unicorn F-150s that Ford's made for a long time. They used to do the 7 lug F-150 before they went aluminum. Before these trucks were aluminum, the steel body that was leaving out. And I even believe that Old Green would have had that as an option too. It doesn't have that option, but it was an option back in 2004. I believe 2004 was the first year where you actually had an upgraded axle to accommodate the highest towing, because I think Ford has just always wanted to have the highest towing half tons and highest payload half tons. So what they did is had a 7 lug wheel that had a higher capacity bearing. So it had 7 lugs, so it had to have its own rims and everything. But when it went to aluminum, the overall vehicle was so much lighter that I guess they no longer needed that. So they got rid of that feature. But you could go back in the day and find them. They're hard to find. They're the max payload package, max towing package F-150s, but they can be found. But if I'm interested in maybe finding one of those, and that would be a good alternative to have in Old Green. But I'm just not ready to do that at the moment. So maybe I'll just hold on to Old Green for a little bit longer and just let it do what it do. One more year, maybe more. Who knows? Who knows? One of the issues is I don't even know how long that truck will last. Um, but back here, guys, I got the dump trailer tucked away back here, and I got a little storage spot for the dump trailer too. But I don't know. I need to order locks, which I'm gonna do soon here. I'm gonna order a set of locks to prevent anybody from stealing it once it's in storage. I'm probably gonna go ahead and put a GPS on it. Um, Put a lock on that and a lock on that. So they make a lock that actually covers these bolts, so you can't just take off the bolts and make your way off with my trailer. So I may do that, and along with the coupler lock before I put it in storage. But I have a little spot. It's like $60-$70 a month to store it. But like I say, the F-150 tows this much weight, no issues. The trailer weighs about 3,800 pounds. It's not an issue for the F-150 to tow this. And honestly, it did better than the Super Duty. Now, the Super Duty, it did better in the sense that it's got more power available to you at lower RPMs. Actually, technically speaking, the Super Duty has close to the same amount of power, but it's at a higher RPM, and you're just not tapped into it all the time like you are with the EcoBoost. I mean, you're always in the torque with the EcoBoost. So it just feels effortless to tow with that small V6. It feels so much more effortless than the big V8 with the better, more capable rear end. It's got a 430 gear, but it still doesn't feel like the 3.5. But anyway, guys, that's it for Truck Talk today. Comment below. Let me know what you think. If you are interested more in the lawn content, the lawn mowing content, go on YouTube and type in lawn rush. There's a ton of video footage of mowers, point of view, camera strapped to the head, mowing. We just picked up this new mower. It's the Z3X. It's one of the biggest and baddest out there. We just picked that up, and we got a ton of footage, just trimming, mowing, whatever. But I didn't want to just put that stuff on this channel because it's not really what the channel's about. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, check that out, Lawn Rush on YouTube. But yeah, that's it for Truck Talk. Have a great day, and see you guys in the next video. Over and out.